Hi, it's Heather, and welcome to day 7 of your Yoga Kickstart challenge. Today we are playing with balance. We are going to be flowing and consistently moving the body, so if you do feel like at any point you need a break, please feel free to take a child's pose or whatever you need. Let's get to it. Let's start in a tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Going to start out with a few cat-cows just to begin to warm up the body. Inhale, drop the stomach, open the chest. And exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, draw the chin in. Pull those abs up towards the ceiling. Do a few more of these in your own time. Inhaling as you lower the belly and exhaling as you round the back. And one more wherever you're at. Come to a neutral tabletop. Uncurl the toes if they are curled under, and then lift up the right leg to come to hips level, toes point down towards the ground. You can even check in if you want to. And then lift up the left arm to come to shoulder level. Lower the left arm, lower the right leg, and let's just switch to the other side. Lift up the left leg to come to hips level. Check in if you want. And then lift up the right arm. Working our core a little bit today. Lower the right hand, lower the left leg. And let's do that one more time on each side, but we're gonna add in something. So lift up the right leg, toes point down, and then lift up the left arm. From here, point the toes and place a bend in the knee that's lifted. If you want to, so option is skip, but if you'd like to try, send this left hand back, reach for that foot, grab a hold of the inside of it, and just kick back up into the hand. Find a point of focus in front of you. And then gently release. Send the left hand forward first and then down, and then lower through the right leg. You can move the hips side to side a little bit. And then let's switch. So lift up the left leg, come to hips level, lift up the right arm. And if you try it on the other side, point the lifted toes, bend the knee, reach this right hand back to grab the inside of the foot. There we go. And then kick back up into that hand. Lift it up for tiger pose. Gently release. Try to avoid that slingshot effect where your foot just kind of snaps back. Coming to the neutral tabletop. Go ahead and curl both back toes under. Lift up the knees, lift up the hips. Coming to downward facing dog. We can pedal it out if you want to in this first down dog. Bending through one knee and then the other. And then root both heels towards the floor. Inhale, lift up the right leg.
high to the sky. Exhale, bend that knee, bring it into the chest, lift up, press away from the ground. Flex through that foot, step it through, right in between the hands, and then drop the back knee, uncurl the toes. Inhale, lift both hands up, and then open them out wide in a wide cactus arms. Slight back bend, send them forward, protracting the shoulders, just bringing them in, and then lower the right arm underneath the left. So back of the hands come to touch. Lift up the elbows a little bit. Starting strong today. Gently release. Send those fingertips to the floor and just shift the hips back. Straighten through the front leg, flex the front foot. Or half split. So your hips should be over your knee. In the back, and if your leg doesn't completely straighten, that's okay. Over time, you'll be able to find a little bit more space. And then place a bend in the front knee. Sweep the left foot back behind you. And then open up, leading with the left hand. Up to the sky, lift up the torso, coming to like a little low warrior two here. Look forward, shoulders relax, hands in line with the shoulders. And then straighten through the front leg, turn those toes in to face the left side of your mat. Left fingertips come to the floor, sweep this right hand down, and then up behind you. On an exhale, float it back all the way to the front. Back in this low lunge. Curl those back toes under. Lift up the back knee. Give it a little rock. And then just step it up to the top. Feet hips distance. Inhale. Halfway lift. Spine parallel to the ceiling. Hands to shins. Exhale. Fold it back down. Inhale, little bend in the knees, fingertips come all the way down, around and up. To the sky, palms come to touch. Exhale, float it all the way back down. Plant both palms shoulder width apart, and then step one foot back, and then the other. Drop the knees, uncurl the toes, shift the torso forward, and then down, elbows in. Inhale, lift up the chest for baby cobra, and exhale, float it back down. Send it up. Lift up the hips, curl the back toes under, lift up the knees for downward facing dog. Resetting. So find a moment of stillness. Press your chest towards your thighs. Arms active. Inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, squeeze it into the chest, press away from the ground, and then flex that front foot. Step it right in between the hands. Lower the back knee. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, hands come up, and then opening up into those cactus arms. Send it forward, protracting, and then send the left arm underneath the right so that backs of the hands come to touch, and just lift up your elbows a little bit. Gently release. Fingertips come to the floor. Shift the hips back. Straighten through the front leg and through the front foot. Flexing it so that toes point up. Do your best to keep your hips square in this position. So what I mean is not really letting yourself shift to the right too much.
letting your hips shift. You really want to keep them both facing like headlights towards the front of your mat. And then place a bend in the knee, the front knee, and sweep this right leg back. Leading with the right hand this time. Open up to this low warrior two. Hands come in line with the shoulders, look forward. Straighten through the front leg. Turn those left toes in to face towards the right side of your mat this time. Lower the right fingertips and just sweep this left hand down and then back up around. Open your chest towards the sky. And send it all the way back in the next breath. Walk your hands forward. Coming back to that low lunge that we started in. Curl those back toes under. Lift up the back knee. Give it a rock. And then just step it up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to shins. Exhale, fold it down. Little bend in the knees. Inhale, fingertips down, around, and up. To the sky, look up, palms come to touch. Exhale, fold it all the way back down. You got it. Plant the palms and just step it back to downward facing dog. When you're ready, inhale, lift up the right leg, point the toes. Exhale, squeeze that knee into the chest. Press away from the ground, flex through the front foot, and step it through. So this time, if you would like to keep that back knee lifted instead of the low lunge, we'll do high lunge this time. Inhale, sweeping the arms forward and up, and then out to both sides. Cactus arms. Slight pec bend. Arms forward. Same thing, right arm goes underneath the left. Lift up the elbows a little bit. Now don't lose track of your legs here. Energy in the back leg, bend deeply through the front knee. Gently release. Send the arms down and then just step it up a couple inches. Not too far. Back foot is going to pivot, so angling it at about like a 30-degree angle towards the left side. Straighten through the front leg, and then just come up halfway. Hands can come to hips, or if you'd like to fold back down, wherever is most comfortable for you. Folding back down, as long as you're able to keep a nice long spine. And again, keeping those hips as square as possible to the front. So like those headlights. Place a bend in the front knee. Lift up. So come to bring your hands to your hips is fine. Lift up the back leg. So just a little balance here. Bending through the left knee. And then grab a hold of the inside of the left foot. Send this right hand out in front as you begin to lean your torso forward. Kick back up into that backhand, into the left hand. Dancer pose. You got it. Find a point of focus to look at. And then gently come back. Don't drop that left foot yet. And just step it all the way back to the back of the mat. So let's just check in real quick. Our feet are lined up, front heel to back arch alignment. So I already see I need to adjust. And then both arms come out wide. into warrior two. Maybe even smile if you want. Have fun with it. And then inhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand comes up above, left hand comes to the back leg. And let's switch. Bring your right hand or forearm to the knee and left fingertips up overhead. Bring this left hand down a little bit and then just step it up a couple inches. Bring the right fingertips to the floor in front of you. So this is a great spot for a block if you do have one. If not, no worries, not needed. But if you do, you can go ahead and bring it to its highest height. If not, you can stay on fingertips. Lift up the back leg, facing those toes towards the left, and then come to bring this left hand back up towards the sky for half moon. So stacking the shoulders, doing your best to find some stability, and then just sweep this left foot to meet the front. Back in a forward fold. Plant both palms, step one foot back and then the other to plank. Drop the knees, uncurl the toes. Shift the torso forward and then down. Inhale, chest lifts up. Exhale, chest floats down. Lift it all the way up. Knees lift, hips lift. Toes curl under to come to downward facing dog. Let's take that flow to the other side. Inhale, lift up the left leg to the sky. Point the toes. Exhale, squeeze the knee into the chest, press away from the ground. Flex through that front foot and just step it through. Staying here on the ball mound of the back foot, lift up both arms to the sky. And then open it up into cactus arms. Inhale. Exhale. Protract. Left arm comes underneath the right. Back of the hands to touch. And lift up the elbows. Energy in that back leg. Bend through the front knee. And release. Fingertips come to the floor. Step it up a couple inches. Pivot on that back foot. Hips like headlights to the front. Flat back. And then fold if you would like. Place a bend in the front knee, lift it up, come to stand and place all your weight in your left foot. So bending through this right knee, grab a hold of the inside of the right foot with your right hand. And then just begin to send this left hand forward as you shift the torso forward and the back foot begins to kick into that right hand. Shift it forward. Find your point of focus. Remember that smile, if you did. And then gently release, keeping this foot lifted. Just send it all the way back. Check in, front heel to back arch alignment. Arms come out for warrior two. Inhale. Back hand comes to back leg, and left hand comes up and over. Look up. Exhale, switching, bringing forearm to the thigh, right hand up and over. And then stepping it up a few inches, fingertips to the floor or to that block at its highest height. Lift up the back leg, flex through that foot, and point the toes towards the right side of the room. Lift up the right arm. Shoulders stack. Try not to kick this foot that's lifted really high into the air. Try to keep them like hips level. And then slowly lower it down to meet the front foot. Let's hang out here in this forward fold for a bit. You can grab opposite elbows. And then plant both palms. Step one foot back and then the other to downward facing dog. And then lower the knees. Then send them out wide to either side of your mat. Toes uncurl and come to touch. Hip shift back. Walk the hands forward. Forehead comes down. Just beginning to slow it down a bit. Use your hands to gently press you up to seated, and then just swing both feet out around in front of you. You can bring the legs together or hips distance, whatever your preference is, and flex through the feet so the toes point up. Inhale, send both hands up to the sky, and fold it down. Exhale. If you'd like to, I personally like to take my palms face up. Gives it a little bit more of a restorative feeling. Press yourself back up to seated, and then just plant the soles into the mat. Shift the hips forward a little bit and roll down mindfully, one vertebrae at a time, onto your back. You can adjust the shoulders and the hips to whatever feels most comfortable, and then bring both knees into the chest. Give them a little squeeze. Flex through both feet, and then see if you can grab the outer edge of your feet and take the knees out wide. If you can't reach your feet, that's okay. You can go ahead and grab onto your shins or your ankles. And just find a gentle resistance here. So pressing your feet into your hands as your hands press gently down into your feet.
Bring both legs together and then just use your right hand to guide the left knee up and over to the right side. Left arm comes in a cactus arm to the left side of you, and you can look up towards the ceiling or towards that left palm. Gently untwist, coming back to center. Bring both knees back into the chest, and then use your left hand to guide them to the left side of you this time. Right arm comes in a cactus arm to the right side, palm face up. Let yourself relax in these positions. Release any deep breathing techniques or in general that you might have been doing, unclenching the jaw, relaxing through the shoulders. Even closing the eyes. Untwist, and then just send one leg out and then the other to either corner of your mat. Hands come palm face up to either side of you. In Shavasana. Great job today. Congratulate yourself for playing with some balances, or maybe trying something new, for possibly making it all the way through this challenge. Give yourself a moment of gratitude. When you're ready, if you would like to come out of Shavasana, if not, please feel free to stay here as long as you would like. But if you would like to, bring one knee into the chest, then the other. And then just lean to one side, press yourself up, open the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me for this challenge and for today's practice. I hope that you had a lot of fun. If you did make it through the challenge, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear any feedback or your favorite thing from today's class. Have a good one. I'll see you soon, and namaste. Great job. If you enjoyed this video, then you're gonna love the rest of my free 7-day yoga kickstart challenge. Good for all levels, beginner friendly, and no props needed. I made this challenge to help you work towards a daily yoga practice so that you can build strength, flexibility, and mindfulness habits on and off the mat.
But even better, if you'd like to take this challenge one step further, then download my free 28-day Kickstart calendar with 4 full weeks of yoga all laid out for you. All you need to do to get access to this calendar is click the first link in the comments down below, enter your name and email, and I'll send you the Kickstart calendar right away. Now, if you enjoyed today's class, let me know by clicking the like button down below, commenting on how it went for you, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss when I upload another free practice. Have a good one.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun.